Look, this the Black Holocaust. I knew it was prophecy. 1,000 times worse than the Jewish atrocities. Uneven playing field, there'll never be a fair score. Cause in 1619, that's when they declared war. We the 12 tribes, the ones that the promise reaches.
It's the book of Hosea, chapter 6, verse 5. Therefore have I hewed them by the prophets.
By what?
By the prophets.
That's what we're out here to do. Hew them by the prophets. Prophesy against them, because what did Jeremiah say? What did the Most High through Jeremiah say? I will make this people wood, and my word will be fire. My words will be fire, and this people wood. Go ahead.
I have slain them by the words of my mouth.
Yeah, I have slain them by the words of the Most High God's mouth. Give me Jeremiah 23 and 29. What's going on, brother? Also, you're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, right? Most likely. Now, come around. I got a question for you. Come around. Come around. He's all right. All right, come around, brother. All praise to the Most High. Okay? What's going on, brother? What's your father's nationality? Yeah.
I have no idea.
You have no idea? Is he so-called black man?
Oh, I think he's from the Virgin Islands.
The Virgin Islands, right? So it'd be most likely he's from the tribe of Benjamin, right? Of the nation of Israel. So according to the Bible, so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You ever heard of the Israelites before? You know the story of Moses and the Exodus through the Red Sea, right? You ever seen the story Exodus, the Disney one? Is it Disney or what company is it? Disney, right? You seen that movie? So what if I told you, according to the Bible, those same people who walked out the Red Sea and walked out of Egypt with Moses, you descend from those same people. They're God's chosen people, the best people on planet Earth.
That's right.
The most holy and blessed people on the planet Earth. And I can prove it with infallible proof. Let me show you something. Give me Deuteronomy 28:68. Let me show you something, brother. How did our people get to America?
They were slaves and then traveled.
How did they travel? By what way?
Ship.
By what?
By ship.
By a ship. Interesting. Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
When you look at the word Egypt in the Hebrew, the word Egypt means slavery, or it's basically bondage, or a rock between a hard place. You ever heard that saying? I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. That's what Egypt means. So it says we go into slavery or servitude again with what?
With ships.
Now, what people went into slavery by ships?
Blacks.
Our people, right? Who else did? Nobody, right? So only our people fit this criteria. Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold.
So it says there in Egypt or in that slavery ye shall be sold. What happened when we got taken off them slave ships and taken to America? We got sold, right? So it said we would be sold
unto your enemies.
Unto your enemies. Are these people not our enemies? Don't they kill us in the streets? Don't they put drugs in our communities? Don't they set up COINTELPRO so when we are trying to better ourselves, they go and break that stuff down? Right? Go ahead.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
You know what a bondman or a bondwoman is? If someone's bound, what does that mean if they're bound? They're chained up. They're chained up. That's what it means. So a bondman or a bondwoman would be a slave. So it said there would be a people taken on a slave ship, brought into slavery, sold, and then chained up. Who does that happen to? It's only happened to us. So it said this is what happened to the children of Israel. What does that let you know? Or what? True, but if it says this is what would happen to the children of Israel, and we can see it happening to us, what does that let us know? What are we?
We're the children of Israel.
You see that? That's right, brother. All right, we're the children of Israel. So get this brother a flyer. Where the flyers at? Flyers. You should have been gave him a flyer. Right? So what we're here to teach is that our people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And that Christ died for us. And if we just simply repent and return back to the Most High God, yeah, you're telling him he gonna have to go around. Esau gonna have to go around. Right? But just ignore him, man. But if our people repent, see, we're in the hood in the ghetto right now, but if the Most High God's gonna have mercy upon us one day. Right? So give me Isaiah the 61st chapter. Right? Our people are getting killed in the streets. We're high on drugs. We have single parent homes. We're the first fired, last hired. But the God of the Bible is going to come back and have mercy upon us and bring us back to a higher state. Because we're God's chosen people. We're His children, brother. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we're out here to teach. We're the Hebrew Israelites. You ever heard of the Hebrew Israelites before? Or the so-called black Hebrew Israelites? You never heard about them? Okay. Well, again, we're teaching that our people, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and nobody else, make up the 12 tribes of Israel. So read Isaiah 61. And this is the message for you, brother, right here. Isaiah 61 and start at 1.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 61, verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek.
The Lord has delivered us to go teach good tidings or good news to the meek. What does it mean to be meek? M-E-E-K. Okay, the word meek is like, it's not positive, like the lowly, people who are low. Who's lower than us? No, I'm saying as a people. What people are lower than us? And when I say, I mean like in the worst condition. Well, who make up people? What people make up third world countries? Like, let's look at Haiti, right? That's the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. They're black people, right? So those people in third world countries, in the Western Hemisphere, those are Israelites. So we are the poorest people. We're the most meek on the planet. Go ahead.
He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted.
Who's more brokenhearted than our people? Nobody. Nobody. Go ahead.
To proclaim liberty to the captive.
To the captive. A captive is what? Someone who's a captive. Close. A slave. A captive. Someone who goes into captivity. A slave. So what do they look at us? When they look at us and we look at our history, what do they say about us? Slaves. Slaves, right? So it said this message of the Bible is for the slaves. Go ahead.
And the opening of the prisons to them that are bound.
Who makes up the prison population? Us. So this message is for us, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Isaiah 61, 1 through about 8.
Bring it out!
Isaiah 61, brother. This message is for our people. Because let me show you something. Give me Judith chapter 9, verse 11. Let me show you something. Because we hear about things like God is God of everybody. He loves everybody. That's not true. That's not in the Bible. Who is he the God of? That begs the question. Judith chapter 9 and verse 11. Watch this. Let me show you something. You can ask your question, right? Judith 9:11. Let's see who God is the God of.
This is the book of Judith chapter 9 verse 11. For thy power standeth not in multitude.
Its power doesn't stand in multitudes. Why? Because the scripture said, wide is the gate that leads to destruction, but the narrow path leads to salvation. That's why you know about the story of David and Goliath. God's always dealing with the underdog. Who's more of an underdog than our people? We're the poorest people. See, nobody. So this message is for us. He's the God of us, the underdogs. Go ahead.
Nor thy might in strong men. For thou art a God of the afflicted.
Thou art what?
A God of the afflicted.
Who's more afflicted than us? Nobody's been more afflicted than us. Go ahead.
And helper of the oppressed.
Who's been more oppressed than us? Nobody. Go ahead.
And upholder of the weak.
Who's weaker than us? Who's got no military to fight for them? Who gets killed in the slums and the streets and nobody bats an eye? Us. Go ahead.
A protector of the forlorn, a savior of them that are without hope.
We don't have hope, but God is our Savior. You see that? So this message is for our people, brother. Now, what was your question? Your Uber's here? All right, well, you got that flyer, right? We're out here every single Saturday around this time, brother. Come by, all right? Look over that. Do not lose that flyer. That's the most valuable piece of information you'll ever come across in your entire life, right there. Don't lose that flyer. Do some research on the Hebrew Israelites, all right, brother? All right, brother. All right, brother. Go,
I had a question about, like, because I've been thinking about this, like the Kenyans.
You said the what?
Like, people from Kenya.
Kenya? Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're not.
No, those are Cushites for the most
So
part.
this is what I was thinking about.
Uh-huh.
How in Deuteronomy, if I'm not mistaken, I was trying to find the verse when they said we'll build a house, but not like we won't be.
But we won't live in it, right?
Like the White House.
Exactly.
The only black man that got into it
was Obama.
Yeah, he's half Kenyan.
He's not our people.
That's what
He's
I was
not
thinking
our
about.
people.
Like he don't even.
You're right.
No, that's what
He's
people
not.
thought,
You're right, brother.
It's like he's not even.
He's not our people. He's not.
It's the little stuff like that like
Exactly.
I start to look at. I'm like, I don't know. Part of reason you got in is because your mama was half white.
Right.
And then you're not even one of the actual people that they would never even let in.
Right.
In the first place.
Exactly. That's a powerful point, brother. And we looked at Obama. Listen, I remember when I was in third grade. I was 9 years old when Obama got put in office, right? I was 9 years old. I'm 20 right now, right? So you see that? So I remember when Obama was running, when Obama was going to go into office, these niggas treated him like he was the second coming of Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, yeah.
They worshiped Obama. Everybody and their mama.
I had a white teacher.
Who's in there? Michelle Obama's in here right now? You see? Wow, you see that? Well, she's our people, but Obama, Mr. Barack Hussein Obama's not our people, right? But they treated this Negro like he was Jesus Christ. He's going to come and save black people. Let me ask you something. The hood before Obama and the hood after Obama, has it gotten any better? No. It's the same. It's worse. It's really worse. Who did Obama help? That's a great question. Exactly. Not yet, not yet.
Bring it out.
What black person can tell me what Obama did for us? Who can tell me? What did Obama do for us as a people? Who can tell me? Can anybody tell me? I know every single one of y'all voted for Obama, so tell me what he did for us as people. What did Obama do for black people? Crickets. What did Obama, it's a simple question. What did Obama do for black people? What did he do? What did she say? What did Eve just say? He ain't do it. Let me tell you something. Barack Obama ain't do a damn. What? Michelle Obama did more than Barack Obama. Michelle Obama, at least she put. Remember them commercials? Get out and play for an hour a day. Remember those commercials? At least she's helping the obesity rate. You see what I'm saying? What the hell did Barack Obama do? Right? Michelle Obama, she had the commercial about eating healthy and going and exercising. Barack Obama ain't do a damn thing for you so-called black people, man. Obama did more for homosexuals in 8 years than he did for black people. Exactly. Who said that? She said, hey, listen, man, and we know Obama ain't do a damn thing for us. But that's the problem. Give me Lamentations, the 4th chapter. It's a problem with our people, man. I had never seen it, and I was convinced. I remember my dad sat there and made me watch Obama get inaugurated into office. You see, son, this is what you can do when you grow up. Man, I wish they would let a black man, a real black man, be president of the United States. They will never let a black man in the White House. A black man, when I say a black man, I mean someone that got taken over here on a slave ship, not a damn airplane. Go ahead.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help.
Our what?
Vain help.
Barack Obama was vain help. Obama, I'm being serious now. Like, what did Obama seriously do for us? I'm trying to think. I remember when Trayvon Martin got killed, he had a little press conference. But don't you have something called an executive order? To where if you really wanted to, Barack Obama, you could have put George Zimmerman in prison. Why didn't you? You're the president of the goddamn United States, the leader of the free world. How come you can't exact some justice for your people, your so-called people? It's because we're not his people, and he knows it. He knows that you black people in America are not related to him. He don't give a damn about us. That's why he ain't do nothing for us. Listen, man, if he's really this great individual like they portray him to be, it should be nothing for you to mention one thing he did. Just mention one thing. Let it be something tiny, too, like what Michelle Obama did. Or what did Obamacare? What the hell did Obamacare do for us? I'd love to know, right? What did Barack Obama do for black people? But you look at him like he's your savior. Let me tell you something, man. Us standing right up here, we have done far more than Barack Obama could ever do for our people. Teaching our people the truth of who they are. What did Barack Obama teach us? Not a damn thing. We know he taught us to love the same so-called white men that raped, robbed, and murdered our ancestors. To teach us that we're equal to sodomites, man. That's what Obama taught us, man. What the hell did Barack Obama do for our people? Not a damn thing. And all these so-called blacks and Hispanics to separate from your oppressor, man. Okay, because you being joined up to it. What's going on, sister? Is there something wrong with what I'm saying? Sister, what did I say wrong? Sister, what did I say wrong? Listen, it's so crazy, right? Because they'll say I'm so evil and I'm racist and I don't know what I'm talking about. So prove me wrong. Prove me wrong then. Just tell me one good thing Obama did for our people. Can I ask y'all a question? Can y'all tell me one good thing Obama did for our people? Not one good thing? Nothing. They did nothing. He didn't do nothing good, man. Okay? And we're going to keep telling our people that because we still portray him to this day like he's a Messiah. Right. I remember they had that one picture. They had the picture of him with Christ. Right? They had the picture of, like, basically white Jesus giving Obama a pat on the back like, you did good, kid. You see what I'm saying? That's what they treat Obama like. He's the second coming. But he's not. Obama, he is the second coming of Nebuchadnezzar, of King Damn Cyrus, right? Of Nimrod. That's what he is. Where he's the second coming of a man who's coming back to enslave us. What you got? Okay, finish that.
In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
For a nation that could not save us, and that's what America is. That was at one point led by Barack Obama. Well, really, in truth, not led by Barack Obama, led by the elites behind the scenes. right? But who was the poster child for America? It was at one point, Barack Obama. But he hasn't done anything for us. You got something? Yeah, Haggai. Yeah, it's 1:6.
This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 6. You have so much and bring in little.
You have what?
And bring in little.
We have so much. Our people work very hard and bring in very little. You work I know brothers that's working 60, 70 hours a week and coming back with a paycheck that ain't nothing, 80 hours a week.
Right.
Go ahead. Double OT, triple OT. Go ahead.
Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm.
Real quick. Excuse me, hold up this sign right here. Excuse me, can I ask somebody a question? Sister, can I ask you a question? Well, what's your father's nationality?
Liberian.
You said what?
Liberian.
Liberian? Okay, are they the people that's from Liberia or the African Americans that went back to Liberia? Okay, here's what happened, right? So you have in Liberia, you had during, I believe it was the 20th century, right? You had African Americans from this country traveled back to Liberia. A lot of them, they set up shop there. So do you send from those people or the original Liberians? Are you indigenous to Liberia?
No.
No? So where are you indigenous to? Where your people?
I can't talk right now. I'm sorry.
You see that? Get out. No, well, hey, excuse me, I got a question for y'all. Can y'all name me one good thing Barack Obama did for black people? Listen, man, that one brother, I just made contact with that brother right there in the pink shirt. He looked at me like, oh, damn, I didn't know he was going to ask me something like that. But read that again.
This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 6. Ye have so much and bring in little. Ye eat, but have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it in a bag with holes.
See that? All people earn wages. You put your money in a bag with holes. You see that? You put your money in your pocket and it's going right out and going right to the man, as they say, right? Going right to feed America, right? What you got? Okay, go ahead.
All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, and verse 6. Verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that you should do so in the land whether ye go to possess it.
Yeah, we're supposed to, wherever we go, we're supposed to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. That's right. But, matter of fact, what's a law, statute, and commandment? Give me Deuteronomy 17th chapter. Let's see if electing Barack Obama to be our leader was according to God or not according to God. Deuteronomy 17, and start at, where's 17? Start at 14.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, verse 14. When thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me.
Yeah, we're going to set a king. We want a king, someone to lead us. Go ahead.
Like as all the nations that are round about me. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose, one from among thy brethren.
What?
One from among thy brethren.
No, Cushite.
Among thy brethren.
So Barack Obama is not someone who we were supposed to elect in office because he's not one from among our brethren, man. Barack Obama is not our people. And if him not doing a damn thing for us wasn't sure tell enough, then this Bible telling you who your people are should be.
Shalom, what's going on? It's your brother, Chief Priest Alazar Lawyer, aka the Guerrilla Hebrew, and I'm just letting y'all know I just dropped my official clothing line, Urban Guerrilla. Go to urbangorilla.com right now to check us out, man, and pick something up. There's URBNGRLA.com. We got all kind of items for men, women, children, even infants, as well as fragrance oil, smell goods. You can also check out Hebrew Israelite Clothing Co., another Sicarii business, on Instagram and Facebook. And as always, you can hit up deaconsicari.com to get your plug on the scarves, the music, and the children's Bibles. Thanks for your time. All praise to the Most High. Kwam YASHARAHLA. Shalom.